Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages, people of all places, we are back once again with another episode of North Carolina Tar Heels Live Podcast. I'm one of your hosts with the most, the captain of the Hooligan Express himself, Tornado McCray, across the skies of the internet. And that gentleman over there is the ever so known and so lovely proficient procrastinator. Introduce yourself to the people, sir, who don't know you.
Yo, what's good? What's happening? How you living? It's your boy Ricebox 26, and we are back with another North Carolina Live. How y'all doing?
I mean, I got popcorn chicken. First time I've had popcorn chicken in quite a minute, honestly.
KFC?
No, Kroger.
Huh.
Kroger. Better quality and a little bit cheaper.
I will say this. Oh, wait, I don't think y'all don't have Sphinx up there, do y'all?
We don't.
Never mind.
Why? Sphinx got good popcorn chicken?
They got good chicken bites, yes.
I will have to procure. How's the week, man?
You get big bites too. They're like this big.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're pretty good sized bites.
All right, man. So we got to get into it. The big headlines, the big news, the thing everybody cares about, the thing we've been wanting to know about for quite some time, honestly speaking. That being, North Carolina has officially named their QB1. Speculation's over. Drum roll, please. Do we have a drum roll? Do we have a drum roll soundbite?
Yeah, hold on.
I was not expecting bongo.
But the bongos wasn't the.
I was not expecting bongos, but we'll take it because it's the North Carolina Tar Heel Live Podcast. We do things different over here. And the quarterback, our QB1, is officially Billy Edwards Jr., man. Shout out to Billy Edwards Jr. getting named QB over Miles O'Neill. And according to sources and reports, it was actually a pretty close race. They said on the ESPN article that Edwards won a close battle with Miles O'Neill, who was a transfer from Texas A&M, who had familiarity with Tar Heels offense coordinator Bob Petrino. Edwards started his career back in 2021, where he redshirted at Wake Forest. He was granted 6-year eligibility after his medical redshirt from his time in Wisconsin last year, as he got hurt on a non-contact play in the Badgers opener last year. Now, we do know Edwards kind of has the more, not even kind of, Edwards has the more experience. He's been a starter in more games than not, so he has more total numbers in terms of what he's put out on the field as opposed to Miles O'Neill. But I have to ask you, do you think they made the right decision?
Be honest, I don't know much about Billy Edwards Jr. I didn't really go and do much research on him myself personally. But I will say, apparently, those guys over at Sports Illustrated think this is the wrong choice. Because they go on to say this is the wrong decision by North Carolina coaching staff. The Wisconsin transfer is just not inspiring as a starting quarterback. There's a reason Edwards has been with 4 programs in 6 years. Yes, injuries were a part of the equation, but it's not like the veteran quarterback has ever been above average before he arrived in North Carolina. Edwards' best season came in 24 at Maryland when he completed 65% of his passes for 2,800 yards, or dang near 2,900, 15 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. That's also the only season he threw more than 46 passes due to his lack of durability throughout his career. So I know there are major question marks with Mark O'Neill regarding his lack of experience and production at Texas A&M, but he has a lively arm and adds another element to the offense with his mobility. Tar Heels, especially Belichick, need to take some risk if he wants to retain his job heading into 27. Edwards Jr. doesn't move the needle, and there's a real chance he flames out quickly as the starter. Although Edwards Jr. won the starting job, I don't expect his leash to be particularly long. If he struggles out of the gate and the offense sputters out in the first few games of the season, Belichick and his staff could swiftly pivot to O'Neill. Additionally, that's highly plausible. Throughout the offseason, I've made it abundantly clear that North Carolina needs juice at quarterback, and Edwards Jr. does not provide that.
A juicy quarterback?
Need juice at quarterback.
Oh, I thought he said need a juicy quarterback. I was like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah, no. Need juice at quarterback.
Like, hey. Like, keep your thoughts to yourself. I mean, I don't. So they're saying he doesn't move the needle, but I guess to me, and I'm looking at the numbers. So for somewhat comparable numbers, right? And it sucks because of the fact that Miles O'Neal, again, has not done anything. He hasn't done anything to indicate like he's definitely the starter here. Because
You all right over there?
No. No, because so I was looking at college reference. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Okay, so you didn't hear what I was hearing.
What did you hear?
I heard a Mercedes-Benz commercial in here.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know nothing about that.
That's all I was saying. So you said they're looking at me. I'm like, bro. So I was looking at college football reference here, looking at their stats. And then like the commercial just started playing this ad. And I couldn't see where it was coming from. I just heard Mercedes-Benz. I was confused. And I'm like, okay, does Joel hear this? I was like, does he hear this? And you're just looking at me like, what's up, bud? Like, you stopped. And I'm like, so you don't hear this? So I'm sitting there thinking I'm going crazy. Like, ain't no way they've programmed my brain. Now I'm hearing commercials that nobody else can hear. Like, I was really afraid just now.
Really Elon got here first.
Boy, listen. I'd have been so pissed. Like, why me?
Skynet's in full effect.
Skynet, boy. When I tell you I'm getting the tinfoil immediately, I'm getting tinfoil snapbacks. The moment that happens,
too late. It's too late. The military chipped you already.
Nah. They gave me a lot of shots. They ain't never chipped me, though.
It was doing vaccines. They hit one of the chips in the vaccines.
Uh-huh. Sure. You know what I mean? Yeah, because they want to mind control me after I've been out for 4 years.
And all 36 of them.
Like, okay. Anywho.
It takes 5 years for it to get out your system.
Oh. Watch out. Watch out for mistakes. Watch out for vaccines. Oh. Watch out for the military. But I'm looking at Miles O'Neal. So his first year, the man only played in one game, right? Played a one game, and goes 5 of 6 for 83%, 51 yards, touchdown. Year 2, plays in a total of 7 games, goes 7 of 14, 50%, 120 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. So to me, for you to sit there and say that Miles O'Neal automatically is better than Billy Edwards, and by comparison, Billy Edwards' year where he played 7 games, his first year at Maryland, he played 7 games, 28 out of 46, 60.9%, 313 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Year 2, 8 games, 10 of 30, 33%, 128 yards. I think he might have got hurt that year. No, he didn't get hurt that year. Yeah,
because O'Neal's what, a junior?
O'Neal is technically a redshirt senior. He'll be a redshirt.
So like,
O'Neal. No, my fault. O'Neal is a junior. Edwards is a redshirt senior.
Redshirt, yeah. Edwards is. I know Edwards was a senior, but like I look at it like this.
Actually,
I don't think they were saying that O'Neal is automatically better. I think they're saying mostly that his upside is higher than Edwards is.
O'Neal's a redshirt sophomore. Sorry. Because they had him for 2. They had him listed as a freshman both in 24 and 25. And I think because he only played because
I knew he was younger than Edwards was. But I think they're looking at it from the sense of he has a better upside comparatively. They don't think that he's better than him legitimately because he doesn't have the same amount of experience. And he hasn't thrown anywhere close to the amount of passes. So, like, based off of experience and just what you have in the tool shed right now, then, yeah, no, Edwards is the safest move. in my opinion. And I think that's how they're looking at it. Like, like if you really want to start moving the needle and get people more interested in you, in your program, and possibly keeping you, you might want to just take the wild card shot and let O'Neal run the offense. I don't think
I can't agree with that because I feel like that's what we did last year.
That's what I feel. That's what I was about to say. I think we did that last year, and you constantly saw throughout the season we're going back and forth between two different quarterbacks because neither one of them is performing well. And we can also say that 60% of that wasn't exactly their fault, but
but
they
Gio
also didn't help their own
and then
cases.
Gio didn't perform, and Max didn't look comfortable.
Right. And I say, yeah, 60% of that is not exactly their fault, but they also didn't really help each other's cases. Now, where Max is now, Max will probably will probably look like he did prior to his injury.
Oh yeah.
But like, because I brought up some Billy Edwards highlights from last season, from 2024.
Okay. 24.
So we'll just
because he got hurt in 25.
Yeah, so we'll kind of see what we get, right? This is his time, and this is like his stats from Maryland.
Remember, mute it. We ain't trying to get hit with that copyright.
It's just all game. It's just all regular game noise.
No, trust me, they're still gonna get you one way or the other. Because I got hit one time on a regular video. It was just flat game noise. I was like, bro, what is this? Okay, your receiver made that for you.
I'm about to say now he made this play.
your receiver, play, your receiver made that play. Who is this? Who is this receiver? We need him. Okay, now that's a great pass. That's perfect a great pass.
Same receiver too.
Same receiver. Felton. Hey.
Ty
Felton. Hey. Come on back. Sir, you want to hook up with your QB again? Come back here. Are you still in the league? Are you still in college? Please. Oh, okay, Billy. That's what I'm saying. Like, he seems like he has the mobility to do what he needs to do. I'm not saying he's great.
Like you're not gonna scheme it up on a regular basis.
But he has the mobility.
But he's quick enough to at least he's like short stuff like that.
He's like Fernando Mendoza and Trevor Lawrence. He has the mobility to do it. Are you going to scheme it up for him to keep it all the time? No. But if you need him to, he can. You know what I mean? Okay, that's
to me. Like I said, his arm looks pretty decent. Like, we're not going to expect him to throw 80-yard bombs or nothing like that. But
I mean,
because that was a little underthrown.
Hold on, let me see what his longest pass was.
Because even looking at this was a little underthrown comparatively. Like he didn't get his whole arm into this, and he wasn't stanced either. Like he wasn't real planted either. Because take a look at it. Because he comes in, sets up past previous one. Because that was strong. They got exactly where you needed to be. Good placement. And then this one, he's a little off platform.
But I think he was also getting pushed. He had the lineman getting pushed back into him.
Well, yeah, like I said, he was a little off platform. I'm not knocking him for that. And like I said, he didn't get his whole arm into it because he wasn't planted. But the placement was good. It was still outside shoulder.
So his longest pass, funny enough, in his career is a 75-yard completion that happened against UConn. I don't know if that was the first play that we saw. Was that against UConn? Do we know?
I think that was that screen pass.
Was it?
I think it was that screen that we saw earlier. I said it's good. He has good placement. Like he does. Like, yeah, he places the ball well. It's like looks like they get there pretty good speed to him.
Whoop. I like that ball. See, I want to know where Ty Felton went. Where did he go? Bow.
Good way to throw him open.
And Caden Prather. Do. Why'd you leave Maryland, sir?
Oh, he's with Minnesota.
Is he? Ty Felton?
He's with the Vikings.
Oh, he's with. Oh, Ty Felton with the Vikings?
Yeah, he's in the league.
Damn. And he's in Minnesota. Dang. At least he's in a solid situation though.
Yeah, he's in a decent situation.
Because he's in a situation where he can play loose and free because he's not the number one. You know what I mean? Or the number two, to be honest. Because you got Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison out there. So he can kind of be loose and free with what he wants to do.
I said, where they at? There
you go.
Yeah, like I say, right now he's a fourth receiver on the depth chart right now. Behind Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Jawan Jennings.
He's behind Jawan Jennings?
Yep.
I see that.
Yeah, see, like, yeah, he has good enough mobility to get where he needs to get to. He doesn't have to be the fastest dude in the field.
He does it. Like I said, he's like Mendoza and Trevor Lawrence.
He's a pocket passer for sure.
I don't need him to have Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick, old RG3, Vince Young mobility. I just need him to be mobile enough.
Yeah, I don't need you to be able to scramble for 4 days. I just need you to be able to scramble for the 3 seconds you need to get out of the pocket.
It's like I need you to just extend the play long enough, and then if we need you to and everything else is dead, you can still run to get this first down. You'll never find. See? Like that is he definitely can do it. That's what I'm saying. They think it's the wrong choice, and they made it sound like he's just atrocious in terms of his mobility. I'm like,
but they're looking at it
like bad.
They're looking at him in the terms of this is a boring quarterback. Okay,
I don't care. Is it a success
as long as he gets the job done?
If we're being honest, Tom Brady was a boring quarterback in the NFL.
Exactly. Tom Brady was boring.
Peyton Manning was boring. Like, they were boring. Drew Brees, boring.
Phillip Rivers, boring.
Like, when it comes to pocket passing.
I will retract Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers talked a lot of smack. It was hilarious.
Nah, I hated Phillip.
But play-wise, boring.
Like, I get having the exciting quarterbacks, and trust me, I love my exciting quarterbacks. I love my Lamars. I love my Mike Vicks. I love my Cam Newtons. I love them. But you also know what I loved too? I loved my Jake Delhomme.
Heck, Mendoza.
Boring. Mendoza is the epitome of boring. No shade to Fernando Mendoza, but he's
cousin. Boring quarterback.
Fernando Mendoza is the epitome of the guy who works at corporate just tortures you on a football field. Like, if Fernando Mendoza did not do well in football, that man would be working a solidified corporate office job and be succeeding at it. And just sitting there, he'd be working at like a law firm or a bank. Tell me I'm wrong.
That's really because like he's like that nerd in the corner, or the guy that y'all labeled a nerd that doesn't play any kind of sport in the corner. Then you put him out on the basketball court and he cuts you the whole time.
Hey, you didn't even know he could ball like that. And then you asked him where he been training at. He said, "What you mean train? I just like to have fun sometimes."
He's like that kid that cut Riley in that basketball court.
I was thinking the same thing. Just go out there and have fun. Scoop!
Drop 60 and a half.
Hey, just knocking it out. But yeah, man. So I don't necessarily agree with this is a horrible take, and he's like the worst quarterback you could have went with between him and Miles O'Neal. But I think the points that they're trying to justify behind why they think Miles O'Neal should have got picked over him, I can't agree with those. I can't agree with those points of contention that they're trying to say. Like his arm strength is shaky. He's not mobile enough. No, You just want the super flashy like athlete of a
They,
quarterback.
and like I said, when they said they want a quarterback with some juice, they want a quarterback that can make big flashy plays on a regular basis and be super exciting to watch, despite whether or not he's good for the team. They want the Diego Pavia.
They want the QB
They want a
that'll sell
Pavia.
tickets even though we're bad.
That part. That's what they want a Pavia. They want a what's his name over in Michigan? Underwood.
I was thinking of not Pavia, but who was the other one that transferred out of like Tennessee, and his brother went to UCLA. Like they both went to Cali.
Maliava.
Boom.
Like they want excitement, and I'm like, and I get wanting to have a team that's exciting. You can have a boring quarterback, but still have a very exciting team because your boring quarterback is able to do what he needs to do to allow the exciting parts of the team to do the exciting stuff.
Trent Dilfer was boring and won a Super Bowl.
Brad Johnson was boring and won a Super Bowl.
I need y'all to understand that. The most boring Super Bowl on the planet. Super Bowl 50, I want to say that was 3. The one with the Rams and the Patriots. Most boring Super Bowl on the planet was won by arguably the greatest quarterback of all time in a 13-3 game. Boring.
Like one of Peyton Manning's best highlights is him slow running on a bootleg.
Oh, listen. That highlight is so amazing. No, that highlight is so amazing because the camera was 100% fooled. It was like,
the cameraman knew the same. Listen, the cameraman knew the same thing the rest of us knew. Peyton Manning ain't running this ball.
Right.
Next thing you see, he's running the ball.
Because even I was confused. I was like, okay, you know what? Dive with Joseph Adai. That makes sense. Wait, why is the camera? Wait, Peyton has the ball?
Exactly. I said the same thing.
Hey, you want to know what's bad? I tried that play on Madden after it happened. You know how many times I failed? Do you know how many times I got caught trying that bootleg with Peyton? I made it successful one time. One time it worked. And the only reason it worked is because I legitimately was on the goal line and the corner blitzed too hard. But like, when you can't even do it on Madden and it works, it's like, bro, it happens. How do you think? It's like, let's be real. The most exciting play that Tom Brady ever had in his career, he dropped. When they did that quarterback pass, and it was right there to Tom Brady.
Right in the hands.
It was right in the hands, and he dropped it. And then Nick Foles comes and does the same play. Because in the same Super Bowl.
That's the thing. Like you want a quarterback. Like I get that they are asking for a quarterback that can do a lot of a myriad of exciting things. Here's the thing: your boring quarterback can do an exciting thing from time to time. He ain't got to do it every play. He ain't got to do it every drive. You can do a Peyton Manning boot sometime in a random point in the game and nobody expected. You can do the quarterback to the halfback throwback to a quarterback. You can do all this stuff. These are all things you can see.
I love the ones when they set the quarterback up at receiver and everybody's like, okay, it's Wildcat. They're not throwing it to him. And the quarterback actually takes off for a route.
They did that with Baker, wasn't it?
Yeah. They did it with Baker. I loved it when they did that because Baker just sitting there. Yeah. Oh, I'm gone. And they were like, wait a minute. And Baker was just like gone.
He got tackled.
Yeah, because he got tackled, but it was just like great. I was like, oh, I respect that.
Yeah, like no, you can scheme stuff like that up, and he has enough mobility that you can scheme stuff like that up. He just doesn't have to do it on a regular basis.
I definitely could see a double pass to a Philly special. I could definitely see a Philly special for him.
As long as you can put a team on notice that he's good enough to do something like this, so we still have to make sure we pay attention to that, That's all you need. You don't need one that's like, okay, we got to scheme up a defense for both him and everybody else. You can just be like, okay, let's just make sure we don't lose track of where he is, because this could be a problem. And that affects a team more with the boring quarterback than it does the exciting one. Because think about it, with Lamar Jackson, you automatically scheme up stuff to not only contain Lamar Jackson, but to stop all his weapons. You automatically do that. But when you have somebody, let's say like like Tom Brady going out for a pass, you never expect Tom Brady to be catching anything.
Oh no.
So nine times out of ten, when if he goes running a route, he's by himself.
If Tom Brady, if you
because you don't see Tom Brady run for nothing.
If I were to hear a coach, especially with Tom Brady in his prime, say, "Hey, yo, DN, stay home because Tom Brady's going to catch this pass."
And that's the thing.
What have you seen on film? What have you seen on film to tell me Tom Brady is about to catch this pass?
Exactly, because Tom Brady don't run. Peyton Manning don't run. Tackle. The most you see Tom Brady or Peyton Manning run is on a bootleg. That's because they got to get
a bootleg, or they threw an interception and they're trying to help be the last line.
And they ain't even doing that great. So it's like I get Billy Edwards being the quarterback that you're like, okay, this isn't moving the needle for excitement for me. But if he goes out there and tears it up, what else you got to say?
Balling.
That's it.
Oy. Oh, sorry.
Keeping it to the offense. Let's talk about one, Damon June getting a preseason Doak Walker watch list.
Oh, listen, I like this because the confidence he has going into it, which makes this. Because here's the thing. It's the confidence for him first and foremost, which is, to me, this leads into him being on this Doak Walker list because he's talking about this confidence, right? So, like last year, we all knew about Damon June. He was kind of hitting under the chart. We ain't know much about him. Freshman coming in, ain't much really to discuss. And next thing you know, by midseason, he was our best back. He was the highlight on a lot of lowlights.
Absolutely.
He was the highlight on a lot of lowlights, man. Him, absolutely. Jordan Shipp, like they were the highlights on a lot of lowlights going through there. So he's sitting there. He knows he's the lead back. And as a guy, you know, you can sit there and take your foot off the gas pedal. You're like, oh, I'm the lead guy now. I know I'm good. Nah, man. He said, nah, that ain't it. He says he's going into this year with more confidence and knowledge. And he's like, bro, my confidence is through the roof. Being a freshman last year, it was new. Coming from high school where the game isn't as fast, guys aren't as big, knowing the areas I need to improve going into the offseason help me add fuel to the fire and come back this year with a tough guy mentality. I want to be that guy.
And he could easily be that guy.
And it helps that his running back coach has a similar background to him and is also a former Tar Heel. And they were talking about that in the article, and they're just saying that helps with the mentality and the mentorship because he knows what Damon June's going through. He knows the mentality he has. He's like, listen, I get it. You were nobody as a freshman. Now you've been thrust into the limelight, but you want to be great. You want to be fantastic. He basically wants to surpass anything Omarion Hampton did, which no shade to Omarion Hampton at all. But everybody knows, like,
if you got to have a goal.
Right. And that's why I said this isn't no shade to Omarion Hampton. Everybody knows, like, great athletes see who did it before them and want to supersede that. That's the benchmark. That's what you want to do. And I got a question for you about that in a minute. But I love it because June has been selected, as you pointed out there, for the Doak Walker preseason watch list, which for those of y'all who don't know, the Doak Walker goes to the best running back in the nation. That is taking into account the SEC, the ACC, the Big 10, the Big 12, the Pac-4, whatever they call themselves, honestly. The group of fives, they give that to the best running back. So the fact that he's on the watch list means they know Damon June can really be nice like that. They know he has the capability to be nice to that, because that's one thing. Some watch lists you kind of just like, oh yeah, they throw those out there. But them other watch lists, especially like the Doak Walker, I take that a little bit more seriously, because you're like, they make sure like whoever they feel is going to be one of the best running backs. It isn't just like quarterbacks of, oh hey, this is one of the highest names. This is one of the hottest names coming in. Yada yada whoop whoop. No, for the running back, at least the Doak Walker and the Bolitnikoff and stuff, they're like, nah, bro, who legitimately is one of the best out here?
Who legit earned this?
Like, bump the team they're on, bump the conference they're in. Who legitimately is one of the best out here? Because, for example, Ashton Jeanty won it at Boise State. At Boise State.
Man, that man was putting up numbers.
And you saw the numbers he had to put up to even get recognized. But what I liked about it is the committee didn't let that determine them not to pick him. It didn't let them detract from him being great. And they were like, just because he played in the Mountain West don't mean anything. If you were to give this kid Alabama, a Georgia, a Ohio State offensive line, what do you think he would be doing? Like, think about,
because even at Boise State, he was what, just under 1,000 yards at week 6.
Yeah,
I think he was like 800 something yards at like week 6.
Because it's just one of those things where I'm looking at it, it's like, bro, this man's last year at Boise State, he put up 2,601 rushing yards and 29 touchdowns.
Crazy.
2,000 in a year. Here's the crazier part. You know what he did the year before? 1,347. This man literally doubled his total.
It's crazy.
Here's the other thing. He doubled the total of touchdowns too. 2023 he had 14. 2024 he had 29. Like, the man had 30 touchdowns from the line of scrimmage. He had only one receiving touchdown and 29 rushing touchdowns. That's wild. Almost increasing your yards per game. Increasing your yards per game by 73. To go from 112 to 185.8, bro. Like, that's ridiculous. That's
madness.
Ridiculous. I'm looking at like, let's see. Two. Yeah, he had over 1,000 by week 6. Like,
that still blows my mind, bro.
Like, I'm looking at it now. 7, 2, 1, 7, 2, 9, and then yeah, he had 1,000. He had 1,031 yards after the week 5 game. He had 1,031 yards after week 5, and had 14 of his 29 touchdowns or 13 of his 29 by then. The man had already matched his season from the year before by 5 weeks. I don't care what you say.
Madness.
If you would put Ashton Jeanty behind like Georgia's offensive line back in 24, or Alabama or Ohio State back then,
that man might have broke 3.
Easily broke. He got 2,600 at Boise State. That man easily breaks 3. That man. What's the most rushing yards in a single season, anyways? Hold up.
I want to say it's like 3,500. I want to say it's like 3,500. I think, or 32.
It's 26-28 by Barry Sanders. Ashton Genty
Yeah,
was 27 yards
he
from
was one
breaking
game
it.
away. Yeah, he was like one regular game away because I think it was like he didn't play enough
Had,
in the bowl game.
Because here's the thing. Had Ashton Genty, he had 104 yards in the loss to Penn State. If he just hits his game average of 185, because he finished with 104.
Yeah.
If he hits his game average of 185, he would have broke Barry Sanders' record.
Crazy. It's madness.
Like, hold on, did you? Don't tell me he didn't win this. Hold on. Okay, cool. All right. I had to make sure because they didn't put his award on College Football Reference. So I was like, don't tell me he didn't win the Doak Walker, but he did. He did. Marion Hampton was one of the finalists too. And I didn't even
random sidebar, right?
Right.
A random sidebar. Well, I'm on like our lads looking at like depth charts.
Mm-hmm.
Completely unrelated. I just didn't realize we had so many undrafted free agents that could potentially make the 53-man roster.
What, from UNC?
No, just for Atlanta in general.
It'd be like that. Oh, speaking of sidebar, now that I can bring this up.
We got like 12.
I was just talking about this earlier in terms of like setting the bar and things. Do you think it's harder to surpass the bar of greatness or to set the bar when there is no established bar? Like, do you think it's harder to be the first guy to do something or to surpass a person that's done it? For example, everybody talks like, for example, Michael Jordan, right? Do you think it was harder for Michael Jordan to set the standard that he did, that nobody had ever done, like the multiple three-peats, going undefeated in the finals? Or do you think it's harder to surpass that? And you know how some people say LeBron has passed that and Kobe's passed that and things of that nature.
I think it's harder to surpass a bar once it's been set. Because once again, it's good to have a goal, but if everything just doesn't line up the way that you want it to, it could be that one or two games, or heck, even those one or two plays that just throws your whole thing off. We'll take Ashton Genty, for example. Ashton Genty was 26 yards away from breaking the college football record for rushing yards in a season. Something that Barry Sanders has had sitting for over almost 20 years.
If that, Barry had that record since the 80s, I want to say. Yeah, he's had that record since 88, so over 30 years.
So over 30 years. So a 30-year bar that nobody's been able to hit. Ashton Genty was one decent sized carry away from making that. But the way the first half started off for him in that Penn State game ruined his chances. If he would have got maybe three more carries of 10 yards or more,
yeah,
he would have three.
He gets three carries at 9 yards apiece. That's 27.
There
it is.
5 plays max, depending on how many yards he got. Yeah. But yeah, so like one literal drive kept that man from going into the record books. Like when you set the standard, you don't really have to worry too much on unless you want to break it yourself. You set the standard. You're the bottom. You're the basement floor.
I think it's harder to set the standard because you're the basement floor, but you are setting up you're the foundation. You're setting up what everybody has to do, and you can't set it too low. Something easily accomplished. You know what I mean? So you have to keep ascending and keep trying to find something and keep going above and beyond yourself to be like, okay, here's the standard. Here's what you have to be. Here, if you want to be considered the greatest or one of the greats to ever do this, this is what it cost. This is what it has to be. For me, it's easy to surpass a bar that's set because I know what I'm going after. I know what the standard is. I know what I'm looking at. I can do it. When I don't know what the standard is and I'm setting it and I'm basically making it like my thing, and it's like, all right, I have to set the standard and show everybody what it really means to do this. I have to constantly find ways to be innovative, constantly find ways to up myself. That way, when I'm done, people can look back on and be like, was he really that great? Yeah, this is the standard he set. How many people can achieve this? I want it to be a standard that not many, if any, can achieve if I'm really trying to establish myself. Because I'm also thinking about it from the aspect of we could keep it football, right? Michael Vick. Granted, we can go even further back to the Randall Cunninghams, the Moons, we can go back further to like the mobile quarterback, the black quarterback. But we all, at least for our generation, can agree Michael Vick was like that first. You can really have a chance at winning with a mobile black quarterback. You can really have a chance at winning or at least getting far in the playoffs with this type of style of quarterback. And because at that time, nothing was built around a player like Michael Vick, people were always skeptic and what he had to do and had to supersede and setting the standard, so on and so forth. And then when you get a guy like a Lamar Jackson or a Cam Newton, a Josh Allen, a Patrick Mahomes, you get these more mobile quarterbacks who have taken what Vic established and upped it or surpassed it, because Lamar has the most rushing yards. I want to say Lamar has the most rushing yards. Cam Newton still has the most rushing touchdowns for now. Pretty sure Josh Allen is going to pass that sooner rather than later. But you look at that and it's like, yeah, now because we've seen the success and seen the foundation, seen the blueprint, coaches now know how to build that and incorporate that and build around a player like that. You aren't just free willy-nilly just trying to make something shake. You know what can be done. You know how this player moves or how this type of player can move. So now you can really scheme and really expand upon it. And that's what we've seen with the Cam Newtons and the Lamar Jacksons and everything, incorporating the RPOs a lot more, trusting the quarterback rollouts, the QB draws, the QB reads, and so on and so forth. We ain't see that back in 01. We ain't see that back even in 04, 05.
I mean, and like I said, we want to use Vic. To be honest, Vic just took the standard that Steve Young set and just made it better.
And that's why I said there were definitely those
because even Vic said himself he modeled his game after watching Steve Young.
And you can go off of that. I'm not against that.
Well, like I said, that's what Vic said himself. But it also looks at it in the same sense of when you saw Steve Young, at that point you hadn't seen a quarterback be able to run around and scramble like Steve Young did. So it's like, I think it's a little bit different. I think it's easier to set the standard when there's no known standard to go by. Because then at that point, all you're having to do is keep your confidence and play your game. Your two goals at that point is go up, ball out, and show them that I am the standard.
That's why I think it's harder.
Because
you don't have a standard to go after. You don't have an arbitrary line that you know, okay, I'm considered great. I'm considered great if I just surpass this number and get close to this number. Whereas, like, that's the mindset of anybody following them, like Vic, Lamar, anybody following it. Whereas for Steve Young in this case, I don't have a standard. I don't have a number. And even for Steve Young, it was easy for him to be considered great as long as he got close to what Joe Montana did in terms of championships, not the play on the field per se, but more so like the championships. Because like Joe Montana won 3 championships. Okay, Steve Young, you're coming in. You can get 2? Cool. If you can match Joe Montana, automatic legend. because everybody considered Joe Montana the standard because of what Joe Montana did. So it was easier just to be like, okay, I just got to get there. At least for me.
And to add to your argument on it, just like you say, like, just think about it, to Steve Young, to him, his standard was, I have to win like Joe Montana. I have to make sure that the 49ers franchise continues to win. Then you come a little further down the road, Vic sees Young, is like, you know what, I want to be better at what Steve Young did than Steve Young. I want to be able to show that I can make the plays when it feels like there's no play to make. I want to reset that standard to, I can be that guy to set the standard of, this is what scrambling looks like. This is what a mobile quarterback is and can definitely be in the future. Then now that we progress in, now you see the Cam Newtons who are when you got Cam Newton, who's a massive individual who runs who's mobile like a running back. So yeah, most people argue, I guess he wasn't one of the most accurate quarterbacks on the field. Neither was Vic, really. But both of them had cannons for arms, and they were extra mobile, and they were always a threat on the field, regardless if they were throwing it or running it. Then you get Lamar Jackson, who now has set up the standard where I'm a mobile quarterback who can also throw. He's more accurate than Cam Newton and Vic were. He's just as mobile as Vic or Cam have ever been. So what he did is, okay, I upped it again. Now we have now not only can we be mobile and have strong arms, we can also be accurate. So I think at this point, setting the standard isn't just about setting the base floor, but it's what are you adding to the standard? Like, sure, you can surpass the old standard with the same stuff, but did you add anything? Did you make anything different? Did you make this a more difficult thing for the next person who wants to set the new standard? Or are we just going to be like, oh, this is my running yards, this is the amount of carries I did it in, this is my touchdowns. I beat this guy, so now I'm above him on just that category. Okay, but did you show how different you are from the guy who said it first? Or are you literally just the same guy, just with better stats?
I think we both made some good points. If we had a chat in here, y'all let us know which one's harder, setting the standard or surpassing the standard. Y'all let us know. There's 8, 9 of y'all in here. I know somebody's watching. Anybody? Not you typing away. I think that's a good debate right there. What?
So go ahead and vote in the corner, guys. It'll be up to the end of the show.
I was like, what is that?
Now, interesting information, though. I did find out some interesting information. So make sure move it over here. So interesting information. TCU dismissed their potential starting safety, Jacob Fields. He is no longer on the roster, and he is not part of the team moving forward.
Oh.
So he was recently dismissed for violating team rules. And he was projected to be the starter to replace Bud Clark, who was drafted to the Seahawks recently.
I will not feel bad for missing you at this game, sir.
Listen, that's good news for us.
I will not feel bad for you missing
because it brings up the question, though, because it says TCU has issued a statement regarding Fields. It says, due to a violation of team rules, Jacob Fields has been removed from our roster, will not be a member of our team moving forward. And he just transferred in from Louisiana Tech after playing 12 games, collected 92 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 8 PBUs, and even which was an improvement from the year before, 54 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 6 PBUs in 13 games.
He had to have done something stupid.
The Lord knows what it was. Lord knows what it was.
He had to have done something stupid because ain't no way. Not 2 weeks before before kickoff.
Because it's a big hit to that defense because one, you lost a really good safety in Bud Clark from last year, and now you're going into wondering, okay, what are we going to do? Like, who's going to be the starter now?
Sounds like a personal problem for TCU.
It does. 100% TCU's problem. Because as of right now, they're saying since Jordan Lester, a redshirt junior, is probably going to be the starter going into week 0.
Attack him.
So yeah, because right now their safety room is Jamel Johnson, Caden McFadden, Jordan Lester, and Ryan Yates.
Attack him. Attack all of them.
Yeah, I'll say take advantage of whoever's back there.
I ain't trying to hear none of that. Nope. Because the roles are reversed, they'd attack us.
Because as of right now, Lester Jordan goes into the season with 10 solo tackles and 2 broken passes and played 7 games last year. So not a whole lot of games played under his belt. But if they go with, and McFadden has less games than that. So yeah, the only game. So he did play against us last year when we played them last year. But outside of that, he's like McFadden's played all of 6 games, 9 tackles, no pass breakups. So the main problem we're gonna have right now is Jamel Johnson.
It just got a little more interesting. I'm gonna tell
Sure
you
enough. Sure enough. And speaking of interesting, got word from Mike Malone for the first time since April.
What Mikey say?
So goes on saying the 4 months and 10 days since he's been hired, Malone has been assembling his coaching staff, overhauling the roster, recruiting the high school ranks, but hadn't yet discussed any of that publicly. So on Tuesday, made his first public comment since April 7th. He says, when it comes down to staff building, says, when I put together my staff, I did it with intent and purpose. And so keeping a guy like Sean May, who played here, was a lottery pick and won a national championship on my staff. Pat Sullivan played for the late, great Dean Smith, won a championship in 93 as part of my coaching staff. Hired Deion Thompson and Brandon Robinson, both players that not only played here, but they, like Sean Payton and Pat Sullivan, also won a championship here. Good news. Eric Hoops has been here for 20 plus years. Said for me, I found a way to keep that connection with the past and tradition of excellence and winning, while also hiring guys like Chuck Martin, a dear and close friend of mine for the last 30 years, to come in and be my associate head coach. To bring in a guy like Brian Tibaldi from Providence, who has NBA experience, as well as Jorge Sands, who I just hired, was working for Hall of Fame coach Mark Few at Gonzaga. And Jorge brings an international background, being from Spain originally. Spain. So good news. So I feel we've done a really good job as I put together this staff connecting to the past, but bringing in some news and people, new ideas and people from the outside as well. When it came down to the roster building, he says, my whole mindset is this is North Carolina. We're going to get the best players in the country. We're not going to settle. We're not going to take a backseat to anybody. And we're going to go out and get the best players. And if we feel we can get a high school player that can come in here and make an impact right away, we're going to go get that player. That's my mindset. And then you also have, come the springtime after the season, the transfer portal. I have one transfer portal in me now, going through that, learning about it. And I think going into next year's portal, I'll have a hell of a lot more information. I'll be a lot more comfortable. But when you consider when I got the job and the roster we were able to put together, getting a guy like Terrence Brown, Matt Abel, Nicholas Abdallas, to name a few, we feel like we did a hell of a job. And even getting guys late like Angelo Brizzi, Cameron Fens, as well as some young new players, Maxie Adams, Sayon Keita, Kevin Thomas with returning players, it's a really healthy mix. And we'll balance it. I know some coaches say I'm not going to do high school, I'm going to do all portal. I wouldn't do that in North Carolina because we have a special place. We feel like we can get the best players in the country year in and year out, and that's what we plan to do.
For sure.
Which I love that. I love all of that statement. I love all.
Oh
of
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Because that's not only you showing that no, I have a plan and this is the plan I'm going with. It's like you also admitting that yes, this first year wasn't perfect. This first transfer portal wasn't the most perfect thing ever, but I think we did a very good job picking who we picked and still getting the guys we were getting. They asked him about evaluating NBA versus college talent. He said it was definitely a transition, and I used the term I've had to train my eyes. We went out the first weekend in Memphis for the EYBL in Mishawaka, Indiana. And I've never heard of Mishawaka, by the way, but I was in Mishawaka. And I'm looking at these players, some of the highest rated players in the country. And Chuck Martin says, Coach, you got to remember Jamal Murray's not here. Nikola Jokic isn't here. And you have to get used to that. These kids are 16 or 17 years old.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even know this was an actual city.
Mishawaka.
I just had to Google.
And you're like, what? A couple hours away?
3.
Yep, couple hours. He said, once I'm able to adjust my eyes and realize I have to take these players for who they are in this moment and evaluate them on that, while also having the ability to look forward, to look at the potential that they have to have and help them. This one advantage I think I have. He said, there's a lot of coaches that are going to talk about these recruits about, listen, I can help you get to the NBA. I know what it takes to get to the NBA. I know what it takes to be successful. Well, guess what? I can do more than just talk about it. I've done that. I've walked that walk. I've been around 5 MVPs. I've been around 20 plus All-Stars in many years in the NBA. We did win a championship in Denver, the first in franchise history. So those are things that I was part of. It wasn't me. I was a part of something much bigger than myself. And as we recruit players in this program, we want to bring in guys that understand that and are truly selfless in everything they do and understand this is Carolina basketball. No one is bigger than the program here.
Nobody's bigger than the group. I'm the one selling the records. They're coming to see me. They're coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could work the way I do.
So they said, what was his messaging going into year one?
Don't suck.
And even starting this off, I also really enjoy this. He said, this may sound corny, but it's something I truly believe in. I told our players this is the day I got the job. And I reminded them last night at our team meeting. Goal number 1 is not to win a championship because every team says that. He says, if you're serious about that, your first goal is always going to be, we have to find a way to get better every day. And that might be in a conditioning, weight room, player development session. That might be in a practice, in a shoot around, in a film session, whatever it may be. We have to find a way as a program to get a win every day and to get better. And if you do that, then you'll have a chance come NCAA tournament time to be a team that can compete and maybe get to a Final Four. So that's the number one. Can we get better every day? The second thing is I want our guys to buy into our style of play and our identity and how we want to play. Regardless of the result, I want our fans to walk out of the Dean Smith Center every night and say, you know what? They played hard. They played with toughness. They played together. Those are the things I think resonate with people. You can be proud of a team when they do those things. That's been my goal when I took over the Sacramento Kings as a head coach. That was my goal in year 1 when I took over Denver almost 12 years ago. That's my goal this year going into year 1. Sitting in that seat that Dean Smith sat in, that Roy Williams sat in, Bill Guthridge, and all those other coaches, Hubert Davis, that's something I do not take lightly, and we're committed to working as hard as we can to go out there and have the best season possible while building our team and being a team that all the fans can be proud of, both on and off the court. I liked it. I liked every bit of it.
Yep.
Liked every answer. I liked that he has a plan, he has a vision, and the goal is
to execute.
That's it. To execute and improve on a regular basis.
That's it. That is it. I like it.
He's like, our plan is to go out there, play as a team, and execute. Point blank, period. So we're not going to sugarcoat it. We're not going to be like, oh, we're out here going to win we're going to win championships every year. That's not what we talk about. We talk about
1,
what can we do
not
right
2,
now.
not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. It's like, sir, we just want to execute. Chill out.
We want to go out there and play every game like it's a championship game.
Hey, I'm with it.
I'm 100% with it.
Did you get the game this week, or is it me?
I did get the game this week.
Oh Lord, what game you got this week?
It is King of the Hill.
Huh?
King of the Hill, wide receiver 2 edition. Yeah. So basically, what I do, I start off 2 players. You pick one. The one that you pick moves on to the next player.
Okay, so kind of like the anime ones. It's like this anime is better than this one.
Yep. Yeah, and whatever one you have at the end is the King of the Hill.
Okay. All right. Wide receiver 2 edition. This is about to get
wide receiver 2s.
This is about to get wild. I already know this.
I think you'll be fine.
I know you, sir. This is about to get wild.
I think you'll be fine. I think you'll get wild. You guys think with our new OC? What do you say? What do you guys think with our new OC? What are the Tar Heels' chances of keeping the game close or pulling out a win? I think
anything's better than last year.
Yeah, anything better than last year.
Anything. But, I think Trino can put up anything better than what we had last year on offense.
I think if the team looks competent at all, if the offense can consistently move the ball and finish drives, period. Even if it's just finishing with 3 points, if they can finish a drive and not turn over the ball what feels like every other second, or going backwards every other play, I think that'd be a major improvement from last year for sure. If our defense comes out looking like they're a unit for the first game, instead of us waiting until week 7 to find a defense that looks like a defense, that'll also be another major improvement.
I can tell you what a major improvement is. Averaging more than 19.3 points per game.
Absolutely. But for the TCU week 1 game, it's literally going to come down to just being able to finish out drives, defenses being able to come off the field and not give up tons of points.
I'm also saying you're going to have multiple moments. I need this from Petrino. If we're in the red zone and it's feasible, especially in a tight game, I get taking the points at certain times. I get it. Like, if it's like the first quarter and we just got to the red zone for the second time or whatever, cool. Thanks. Take the points. But what I really need them to do is also be risk takers and not be afraid to be like, we not settling for just a field goal right now. We got to go. I need that.
And I don't see them being definitely not as conservative as they were last year. But once again, like I don't think Freddie Kitchens was a good OC to begin with. Bobby Petrino has been able to turn around some of the worst offenses that we've seen in a long time, and to teams that are averaging 300-400 yards a game, averaging 28 to 30 something points per game.
Yeah,
like he's turning around offenses. I don't see any downside with Petrino. I think that the offense is definitely
what we had with Freddie Kitchens. Petrino has to be really, really bad for me to want Freddie Kitchens.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have to coach terribly for me to think that this was a bad idea. Like we're gonna have to be like -8 turnover differential.
If you see me make the statement that we really let Freddie Kitchens go for this, we should never. If I say we never should have let Freddie Kitchens go, Bobby Petrino has turned this offense into a dumpster fire.
He's retiring.
I
remember him watching. Galactus score over 60 points on UNC when he was with exactly.
Like Kane the Conqueror proportions.
We saw. Just thinking about it, just recently with him out in Arkansas. Arkansas wasn't winning anything, but they were putting up 42 points a game.
True.
So it's going to come down to I'm not as worried about the offense outside of the offensive line. I am worried about that. But I'm not as worried about the offense as I am the defense right now.
That's only because Steve is going.
Well, not just because Steve is gone. We also lost a ton of the guys on that defensive side to the transfer portal and or graduation. Like Melcart and Caleb Costa are really the only two returners, if I remember right.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, part of me is kind of like that can be a benefit.
I don't see it as a major negative. I'm just talking about like when it comes down to them gelling as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they come in looking like a coordinated unit this in week 0, then I don't think we have much to worry about for the season.
Solid colors on Thursdays.
Go for it.
But let's get to this.
Whatever helps you win a game, bro. But anyway, getting into the game. So first matchup, you got Keon Coleman versus Michael Pittman Jr.
Michael Pittman Jr. Easy.
Michael Pittman Jr. versus Keenan Allen.
I gotta go Keenan Allen. Longevity helps him.
Keenan Allen versus Jalen Waddle.
Ooh. I'm actually going to keep Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen.
Okay. Keenan Allen versus Romeo Doubs.
I feel like I still got to keep Keenan Allen.
You say Cody. Yeah. I say Cody says Allen. Keenan Allen versus Jordan Addison.
Okay, that one I'm gonna take Jordan Addison low key. I'm gonna take Jordan Addison there.
He said Allen over Dobbs, easy.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan Addison versus Tank Dell.
Ooh. I feel like Tank Dell's been hurt though. Addison hasn't been as hurt as him, so I'm gonna take Kyler Murray.
That's a fair question.
Hey, that is a really great question. He said, "Who's throwing to Jordan Addison?" That is fair. We're gonna with it being Kyler right now. With it being Kyler right now, I'm gonna take Jordan Addison.
Yeah, Jordan Addison versus Stephon Diggs. And don't you pick Addison for the plot.
Honestly, it's not even for the plot. Like, let's be real. Stephon in Houston wasn't great. Stephon in Buffalo. Wait, he did play in Houston for a year.
Yeah, he did play in Houston for like 2 seasons.
Stephon in Houston was all right. Stephon in Buffalo.
Trino play calling is unmatched. Once you get your hands on some top talent on the offense side of the ball, we can be 8-9 win team easy. Basically, I'm not sure about yet.
But I'll say Stephon.
That's Fat Pat.
Stephon in
Buffalo Pat said Addison. Well, you got to remember, just last season with the Patriots, he put over 1,000 yards. He was their leading receiver.
But was he like?
Yeah,
he was a leading receiver, but he wasn't like prominent in the offense like that.
Yeah, he was because Kayshon Boutte wasn't doing anything. Hunter Henry was there every now and again.
He wasn't like that. Like they were carried more by that defense than their passing game. And
but I got him a wide receiver 2 now because remember he's in Washington with Terry McLaurin and Jaden Daniels.
That's honestly, if this was up to first year Buffalo, I would say Diggs. I gotta go. Honestly, I'm going Jordan Addison. I'm honestly going Jordan Addison. I'm going Jordan Addison.
All right, Jordan Addison versus Devontae Adams.
Devontae. No hesitation. Who is he a wide receiver 2 to? You could Puka
Nacua.
I guess by age.
He's living the party life. That's facts, though.
I guess by age. Like, I guess. Yeah. Because
Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams versus Jameson Williams.
Devontae.
Okay. Devontae Adams versus Cooper Kupp. He's second to Jackson Smith and Jiba.
Okay. I'm like, but then again, I'm saying this because I've seen these players in their prime.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, who is he a number 2 to?
JSN.
I'm still taking Devontae. Like right now, like if we're going like right now, yeah, I'm taking Devontae.
All right. Devontae Adams versus T. Higgins.
Devontae. I'm actually not as high on T. Higgins as other people. He's great, but I'm not as high.
He screwed him in fantasy 2 years ago. I don't think that's his fault.
Jameson mad. Jameson said, "Nah, bro, Devontae Adams cost me."
That ain't his fault though. All right, and I think this is the most legit way here. Devontae Adams versus George Pickens.
Devontae Adams versus NFL YoungBoy.
Against NFL YoungBoy.
Is NFL YoungBoy? Oh,
Jameson says Pickens. Personally, I say Pickens.
I'm actually going Devontae Adams because if I'm being real, up until Dallas, George Pickens hasn't been the greatest receiver. Dallas has been a great thing for him, but if we're looking at the totality of their careers, Devontae Adams has been a consistent threat outside of like the real small blip with the Raiders. But even then, that wasn't him. That was just the whole organization in dysfunction fire.
But so we don't count the Raider years.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. George Pickens to me, he has been a solid tier 3 to tier 2 receiver. Devontae's always been a tier 1 to tier 2.
But I don't think that's George Pickens' fault though, because I'm not saying
it's his fault, but I'm just saying. But I'm also saying based off what I've seen from him, and in times where he's like, "All right, you are clearly the number 2. We're clearly gonna go to you," or because like the Pittsburgh years, it was him and Juju, and then it was him and DK. If I'm correct, right?
No.
Then it was. So DK wasn't there when he was there?
DK was still in Seattle when he was there. DK didn't come to Pittsburgh until last season.
So DK was never there with George Pickens?
They shipped out George Pickens as soon as DK got there.
Oh yeah, they did do that because they were supposed to have him.
That's where he screwed me was with the Raiders. That's not your fault, Jameson. That wasn't his either. The Raiders were terrible. The Raiders were terrible. That man couldn't stay healthy. So damn, it's tough. Last 2 years, Pickett's been on fire. But you gotta remember, first 3 years he had Kenny Pickett, and he also had Johnson. Deontay Johnson was his wide receiver too.
Okay, and guess what? That's more reason for him to win because Deontay Johnson sucked.
And George Pickens carried that wide receiver room, and it was happening. He carried it with Chase Claypool was there.
I'm not knocking that.
All Cowboys players won our fantasy league last year. That's wild.
The fact that y'all let that happen. That happen. I'm mad
demoralizing. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm mad that y'all let that happen, bro.
And then last year, while CeeDee Lamb was out, he carried that receiver room in Dallas too.
I'm not saying he didn't, but what I am saying is he's gotten to Dallas. He's been better in Dallas. Yes,
because Dallas can throw the ball.
But here's the thing, he put up last year was his best year in terms of stats, right? 93 catches, 1,400 yards, 9 TDs. His second year in Pittsburgh, 63 catches, 1,140 yards, and 5 TDs. He wasn't far off just 2 years prior to that in Pittsburgh with what you said.
I'm not saying he's not. Yeah, he was a wide receiver 1 with nobody else on that receiving squad. Your next best guy was Deontay Johnson, who, if you remember right, decided he's just not going to play.
Deontay Johnson sucked anyways. Carolina cut him for a fruit snack, and we won. And we won that trade.
Remember, the same guy was, I'm not going to play. The same guy that took himself out of a game because he just didn't feel like it.
Like,
so,
and my thing is this: in the Raider years for Devontae, right? Devontae put up 1,000. He put up 1144 his second year there, and 1516 his first year there. This following up the 1,500 he did in his last year at Green Bay and the 1,300 the year before that. Like, I'm taking Devontae Adams. And granted, last year behind Puka Nacua, 789 yards, which was definitely less than it. That's half of what George Pickens did. Half of what George Pickens did, but the man got 14 TDs. He's still a red zone threat.
I can say at the end of the day, how you feel about the new quarterback? I said we think he's boring. He's boring, but we think boring is going to be okay. That's what we think, Slaw.
We
think he's going to be,
but he's athletic and mobile enough to do what we need him to do.
He's athletic and mobile enough to get the job done. You don't have to worry. You don't have to force him to do a whole lot of extra nonsense.
He could be our Mendoza.
He could easily be our Mendoza. He's just not going to lead us to no natties no time soon.
Now, if we get but listen. If North Carolina gets to the natty,
yeah, we're definitely going to run the ball this year.
Hey, I'm just calling this out here now, bro. If North Carolina gets to the natty, yeah, we are doing an immediate watch party. If North Carolina wins the natty, we are doing an immediate reaction, like a live. Superb
if they make it to playoffs, I am making sure I am off every day. They have a game. every game I am making sure I have the day off.
Hey, you know what? That's the deal, y'all. If North Carolina make playoffs, we having watch parties for every game.
Watch parties for every game.
Watch parties for every game. If North Carolina made the CFP, watch party for every game. We are going to make that happen. I don't give a damn how we do it.
Yeah, that's it. Like, that's all he has to do is just be able to manage the game, make the throws that he needs to make. Don't turn the ball over. That's all. That is 99% of what you need out of this. Because Damon June's coming in.
That's all you need any quarterback to do.
So but at the end of the game, you chose Devontae Adams as the winner.
Yes,
Devontae Adams is your king of the hill. I got you.
Yes, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with that.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt they like what they're seeing in the running game. Because like I said, just like we talked about earlier, Damon June confidence is sky high right now. And I don't blame him. Like, as bad as that offensive line was last year, to have a freshman campaign just under 500 yards with a terrible offensive line last year, go for it. He ended up starting 9 games last year. So yeah, no. I'm excited about this run game too. I'm real excited about the run game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that all being said, it's time for y'all favorite segment. Time for Tar Heel Takeaway of the Week. And I think it's your turn to start this week, sir.
Tar Heel Takeaway of the Week. Bad biscuits make the baker broke, bro. That's it. That's my TED Talk.
Bad biscuits make the baker broke.
Bad biscuits make the baker broke, bro. Don't go in if something doesn't seem right to you, doesn't feel right, doesn't smell right, doesn't look right, it's probably wrong. It's probably entirely wrong. You've all heard the saying of like, believe what you see, less of what you hear. Yeah, that's a very true statement. Believe more of what you say. If you see it happening, your eyes may lie to you from time to time, but it's gonna lie to you less than what you heard from somebody else. People can tell you anything, but if you see it in front of you and something and it looks like BS, it's probably BS. If you go up and you look, if you see it multiple times, it's definitely BS. Don't allow anybody to tell you what you feel, what you think, and what you've seen. If you see it in your brain, in your common sense, and your brain and your logic tell you that this is some nonsense, please call it out. Please inform everybody that this is nonsense and that they need to sit down and look. Because it doesn't make any sense to me that, especially over the last almost 2 decades, the level of common sense has dwindled to almost nothing. It makes no sense that you can see something in broad daylight. Everybody on God and all of creation can see what's happening in front of you. And you sit there and tell yourself or anybody else that, yeah, that's not what happened. Good for you, Patrick.
Uh-huh.
That man said bad biscuits equal price, y'all. So yeah, believe what you see, less of what you hear. Because at the end of the day, seeing is believing, and we about to see what this team got now that our coaching staff has changed up for the better. That we got some new talent in here. Because I 100% know after this season that quarterback battle is Travis Burgess versus O'Neal. Miles O'Neal versus Travis Burgess is going to be the battle next year, 100%. And I see it, and I got Travis Burgess winning that battle out. But that's just me. That's just me.
I guess it's my turn. I had a simple one. I had a lot of simple things to say. But thanks, Patrick.
Like cheesecake.
Thanks, Patrick. I was making flan. I was keeping it nice, cool, calm, and collected. But you decided to drop this right here. Bad biscuits equal Bryce Young? You could have put any quarterback there. Tua Tagovailoa, Michael Penix, Tyler Show, Jackson Dart. You could have put flipping J.J. McCarthy, Josh Rosen. You could have put any and everybody. You decided to go after my QB1, my team's quarterback. So you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They say it's preseason. It's bad. Don't even worry about it. You know what?
True statement, Coda.
It does. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of all y'all talking crap about my QB1. I'm sick and tired of all y'all wanting to crap on Carolina. Oh, they're 8-9. They should have won the division. Like, we're the first team to ever do that. Like, we're the first team ever to win the division being sub 500, or ever to win the division not being the best overall record in the division. So you know what? I'm sick and tired of y'all, bro. I was having a good day, and now you want to see the crash out me. Oh, Lord Jesus, Dejao, Sean, Jesus Christ. There's a lot of things keeping me from snapping on this thing, but you know what? It's okay. Carolina going to be fine. Carolina going to win 11 games this year, 11-6 to take the NFC South. We going back to the playoffs, and we'll see y'all there. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm putting that out there now. And you know what else? If you sit there and you want to argue with me, argue with your mammy, because I'm tired of it. Bryce Young throws for 3,530 TDs. Calling it now. Kick rocks. And I hope you stub your pinky toe when you do it.
Give me the pinky toe.
Yes. All right, man. I ain't crashed. But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I love all of y'all. He loves all of y'all. And sir, give us our outro so we can get up out of here.
Appreciate y'all for coming. Once again, remember, join us every Tuesday, 9 p.m. or around 9:15, one of those two numbers. Either way, in that time slot. Where if you want more North Carolina Live, more North Carolina information, news, and networks, and just general opinions of football, please come here. Also, don't forget, every Sunday, 8 p.m., we're also joined in by the guys over the Texas page every Sunday, 8 p.m. And if you want to check them out, they're every Tuesday, 8 p.m. as well on their own page. We appreciate y'all for coming out every week, interacting with us, talking to us, and seeing what we got to say about going on. I hope all of y'all are super excited for this season. We are. We're ready for week 0. And with that being said, We'll see y'all next week. Y'all stay safe out here.
Yeah.
Peace.